My name is Audrey West. I'm 16 years old and I live in Southwest Florida. When I was 6, I started piano lessons and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the fact that I could make people feel things with my music and play what sounded like a whole orchestra with just my hands. And 10 years later, I'm still in love. I sit down at the piano and no one can get me to stop playing, and now I want to pursue a career in music. So my parents aren't musically inclined at all, and out of 9 siblings, only 2 play instruments. I grew up on a lot of country music and rap and hip-hop, and with such contrasting genres, it gave me a strong appreciation for all kinds of music. I also think this makes some parts of composing more difficult. I like so many genres that I find it hard to stick to one and make it my style, I guess. I was 13, almost 14 years old, I think. Even though my playlists contain mostly rap and alternative rock, I take inspiration from literally anything. Heck, I've heard a door squeak and ran to get my phone to record the sound it makes because I thought I could use it for something. So I do take inspiration from seeing people like Ludovico Einaudi or Lauren Balfe. I mostly get ideas from everyday objects and things around me, or sometimes I'll sit down at the piano, clear my thoughts, and just improvise without thinking of anything in particular. A friend once told me that even though he can't pick out a certain style I have, he noticed I could take the most basic chord progressions and make them my own and unique. I started dabbling in composing when I was 13 with other platforms. Layouts were confusing to me and the communities didn't impress me. So at this point I wasn't taking composing seriously, mostly because I didn't have a platform I liked. I found Flat in October of 2020 when a friend told me about it, and writing music very quickly became my favorite hobby. I've composed dozens of songs, but I have to say my favorite piece I've published has to be Drowning, which is a piano duet. I wrote it for Joshua Holmberg's competition in which you had to compose and write a story to go with your creation. I spent what seemed like forever coming up with ideas, but I think the end product sounds pretty good. Most people I've talked to say they start with a chord progression and then, build the melody from there. I usually start with the melody, which I don't know if that's weird, but hey. Then I find a chord progression that works with it and continue building off of and changing the melody and progression. To me, music is like the composer's voice. I'm really bad with words in case you can't tell, but music is a way for me to express all of my emotions that I couldn't express any other way. I can speak 1,000 words with just a few notes. I can make others see what I see. Music is its own language in a way, a language that anyone can speak. Even little kids can speak this beautiful language and they clap to a song, or when someone finds themselves tapping their foot to a beat is another example. So like I said before, I'd like some sort of career in music. I don't know what specifically, probably just a piano instructor. I've also been producing beats for my friend who raps. But also lately I've been fascinated with the whole process of writing movie soundtracks, so I guess that's always an option. I have any specific dreams as a musician, but if people can enjoy the music I make, that's really all I can ask for. If I had to give advice to someone starting to compose, I'd say keep your expectations for yourself as low as possible in the beginning. In the future, you're going to look at something you wrote and gag. Trust me, I do that a lot. The saying practice makes perfect isn't entirely true. This sounds negative, but practice will never make anything perfect. Nothing can or ever will be perfect, but practice makes things better and easier. So give yourself time, push yourself, and never give up, and I promise you will get better. I guess I would have liked to know that it's okay for things to not be perfect. It's okay for something I wrote to not sound like or as good as something someone else wrote. What I compose can never sound like something someone else wrote because I'm not them, and that's okay. Being more simple but unique is better. Oh gosh, I have so many memories. Most of the good memories I associate with Flat come from the Music Composing Station Discord server where the composers of Flat come together. But I have to say, I really enjoyed making Drowning. That was the first time I was ever proud of something I'd made, and it made a big impact on me and my music. So don't be afraid to try something new. If you hear a song that really hits you and you want to compose something like it, go for it, no matter how hard it seems or no matter how out of your style it may be.